Is there anything in your life that people told you was a weakness, but you later found out it's actually a strength? Or you turned it into a strength, or it became a gift or a blessing, and everyone was wrong? Do you have something like this in your life? I would love to hear what it is. I really want to hear what it is. This is something that's so fascinating to me because this is taking our power back. This is one way we can take our power back, is to realize that just because someone looks at us and says that something about us is a weakness, is a huge fault, is a problem, doesn't make it true. So feel free to comment below if you have something that you thought people told you, this is a weakness, this is a problem, you are problematic, you are broken. And then you later found out, wow, that was a huge blessing. This is a blessing. This is a gift. This is a strength, whatever it may be. I want to share with you 2 examples from my life. Tell me if you can relate, or tell me if you have your own examples. I would love to hear them. Love it. We're all about taking our power back, feeling confident, feeling strong, feeling capable, and knowing that nothing is wrong with us. Okay? So the first example, I was reflecting on this the other day. Growing up, I sometimes struggled in school, not always, but with subjects that just didn't interest me. I was kind of detached, okay? I was detached from my government class, my politics class, those types of classes. I didn't retain anything. And to be clear, I was also struggling. I was drinking in high school. I was smoking in high school. I was traumatized. That's something I talk about on this channel, is getting sober, healing, feeling whole and well even after hard times. But that started for me in high school when I was growing up. I was dissociated and distracted, and certain things I just couldn't care about. And for me at the time, it was politics, it was government, US government. And it was so bad, if you will. I retained so little information that I didn't know anything. Like, you might think, oh no, you knew the basics. I didn't know the basics. I didn't know the difference between a Republican and a Democrat for a long time. Like, I just didn't know. I didn't know what made someone conservative or liberal. I didn't know how, our branches of government worked. I didn't know anything. Anything. Truly. It was like a void in my mind, okay? Time passed, and through the years, I have found that if you don't know this kind of stuff, or you can't participate in these conversations, some people think you're dumb. They tell you you're dumb. They tell you you're misinformed. They tell you you need to be more responsible and know more. You need to be more in the know. You need to follow current events more and understand what's going on. And if you don't know the information they told you in school growing up, a lot of people think you're dumb and will tell you that and treat you as such, okay? And now, in the past few years, I have woken up, if you will. I call it waking up, getting sober, finding God, and better understanding how the world really works, though I've only scratched the surface. And one way that I'm better learning about the world and how it works is discovering kind of the truth about the US government. Corruption, lies, manipulations, learning how media manipulates us, how public schools, I went to public school, manipulates us. I've learned that in recent years. And it is kind of scary. It's kind of intense to know that there's like evil in the world. Though I already knew that, but it's still intense. But to me, it's empowering to learn this stuff because I can better equip myself for this world with a realistic mindset. And the blessing here is that some people, when they learn the truth about our government, our media, our politicians, a lot of them have to do some deep unlearning that they learned in school, that they learned through the news, that they learned through their education. And it can be hard to not only learn something new, but have to unlearn what you already know. It's possible. I've done it in other areas of my life, but it is challenging. And the thing I am blessed with is I never learned that stuff in the first place. I never learned it. I never had a deep connection to, the government textbooks we were supposed to read in school growing up. I never identified with any of that information. So I didn't have to lose much of an identity when I started to learn the truth about what's going on in our government and in our world's government. And that's a blessing. Oh my God. I was like, oh my gosh, it took years and years and years to see the blessing in it. It took years. And yes, people teased me along the way. And yes, I believed them at times. I was like, dang, what's wrong with me? And now I'm like, wow, I'm so blessed because I'm learning all this information that not only empowers me, but it helps me to face the world more intelligently. And I didn't have to unlearn basically anything from public school education or the news, because I never really even watched the news because I didn't know what was going on. I know that one's kind of silly. It's not silly. It's like people kind of cringe when they hear that because they wonder why I couldn't learn that stuff. But I'm just being honest, okay? That to me is something I thought was a weakness that ended up being a blessing. I thought it was a huge fault, broken part of me, but it's a blessing. It's a gift, okay? It's a gift. I have another one. This is the second one. The second one is my sensitivity, my feeling. I feel a lot. I feel a lot. If I walk into a room, I feel a lot. I can feel the emotions of the people in that room. I can feel the emotions of the house. I can feel the emotions on a street. And growing up, I was very confused by this. I just felt intense all the time. And mostly I was ridiculed for this. It was a lot for people to handle, crying a lot, feeling frustrated, feeling angry because I could feel so much and I didn't know what to do with it. I know other people can relate to this. And I do think in some ways this can relate to sobriety. Once again, this is something I talk somewhat about on this channel, is sobriety. Because sometimes drugs or alcohol is a way to kind of numb this intense feeling, numb intense thoughts or rapid thoughts, or numb the sensations in our bodies. And growing up, I thought feeling a lot was something to be ashamed about. It was something to feel badly about, feel embarrassed about. And I did. I drank for a long time. And that's not only about that, but it was to numb my feelings, my dreams, my thoughts. But I'm sober now. I'm sober for 15 months. And when you get sober, as some of you might know, you discover how many feelings you had been numbing for so long. And then you get to learn to deal with them. And if you're a grown adult like me, you're learning at this age how to navigate emotions, how to regulate emotions. And it's challenging. It can feel intense. It can feel scary. Sometimes I feel like a little kid again, learning all of this. But here's the gift. Here's the blessing. These emotions, these feelings, these sensitivities are the gift. They're the gift. Whoever told me they weren't a gift, they just didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to help me navigate it. They didn't know how to be around someone feeling so much. But that didn't mean something was wrong with me. It didn't even mean something was wrong with them. But it didn't. Their inability to handle a child feeling a lot, or my peers, if you couldn't handle your peers feeling, your peer, me being the peer, feeling a lot, it didn't mean something was wrong with me. But I believed people for a long time that something was wrong with these sensitivities, these feelings, these sensations. And that wasn't true. And I can see that now. And I think, wow, I'm so lucky to be someone who feels so much. Thank God I'm not numb. Thank God I'm not numb. And I feel pain and anger and joy and excitement. I feel it all. It is so special. It's important. The world needs it. I can make art with it. I can help heal the world with it. Help to heal the world with it. So this is the second thing where I once thought it was a problem, only to find out it's a blessing, it's a gift, it's a strength. So these are my two examples. I bet I could come up with more, but I'd love to hear from you. What are some things or one thing that you were told was a problem, was a weakness, was a fault, made you broken? And then you later found out, learned, discovered, realized, oh my gosh, these are gifts. These are gifts. These are blessings. These are strengths. Comment below, let me know. Or if you haven't found out yet, see if you can discover an area of your life and get curious about your life and find something that is a strength that people tried to convince you was a weakness. Thank you for listening. Like the video, subscribe, come back for more where I talk about sobriety, healing, coming into the body, gaining confidence, finding your voice. Take care.